Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to round 2 of the Six Nations 2023. This one, the second game of the weekend, Scotland versus Wales, and a bit of a rainy Murrayfield this week. Scotland last weekend, of course, unfortunately had that loss to England. There was a yellow card situation in that game, which didn't go their way, and Wales losing their opener last week against Ireland at home in the Principality. So both teams coming into this game will be desperate for a win to hopefully get their Six Nations hopes back on track. A little bit rainy today, a little bit more windy. We'll see how both teams get on. Handling will be a big part of this game to see how both teams cope in the wet weather, as Wales attempt to be the first ones to go on the big counter-attack, and Scotland get the first turnover of the game. Ali Price gets it out to Grant Gilchrist, who smashes it up through the middle. The Wales defensive line looks all over the place. We saw this last week, and already Sam Johnson just gets over for an early try in the corner. It was an issue in the Wales defence last week against Ireland, where they just seem to be caught out of position more often than not. And then this way again, Xander Fagerson getting the great offload to Sam Johnson to run it in the corner. Liam Williams caught completely out of position. Where on earth was the right winger in order to try and help out there? Difficult kick for Finn Russell to begin the scoring towards post for the day. Let's see how he gets on. Oh, comes off the post and bounces back out. So only 5 points early on in this first half, but what a start for Scotland. They'll be extremely happy with how that's gone their way. Ali Price tries to take it himself. I don't think he was quite ready for that ball to pop out there. We'll see how Scotland managed to get out of this situation. They pass out to Sam Johnson again. He's found another hole. He goes out wide to Kyle Steyn. He's got some speed on him, this boy, but it is a good tackle there from Josh Adams, managing to come back for the recovery. They pass it out to Finn Russell, who's trying to play something a little bit interesting. Oh, but he's held up there in the passing manoeuvre. They move on to a maul. Scotland trying to make the most of it. There's a bit of room up that blind side, and Kyle Steyn is the one who sees it, manages to make a few extra meters, but leaves himself isolated by going for it all alone there. Wales need to try and get back into this game very early on into this first half. Already 5 points down. They won't like how this game is going so far for them. Scotland with another huge turnover. We know how many jacklers are in that Scotland team, as Schoeman, the big man, decides to try and make a break himself. He's great for the power, maybe not necessarily the speed. Maybe you would have liked to have seen someone else in the centre partnership move in there. Superb cover tackle going in though by Zammit on Duhan van der Merwe. Not an easy man to stop. They will try and make the most of it. We'll see the first line out here for Wales as they manage to get it to ground. Faletau with a good catch. I'm sure Wales will want to clear this out of their 22. As they do, it's a good kick, and Duhan van der Merwe manages to keep it in play. I'm not really sure how he managed to achieve that. It looked like his feet were incredibly close to that white touchline. They'll drop it back, and Duhan van der Merwe receiving his own ball here, kicking it deep into that backfield. Well covered, though, by the Welsh winger. Tries to show and go. I think he's got enough support there to hold on to it. It looks like he will do. Wales having to counter-ruck back over that to ensure possession. It's a loose ball. Like I said before, the watery weather's going to be making the most of it as Wales make a little bit of a break, but that slippery wet ball will be getting on a couple of players' nerves as we see Tom Francis trying to show off the footwork, but doesn't go his way. Rhys Zammit there. Few hand gestures, probably wanting the ball to go his own way there. Didn't come off for him. Scotland will go for the line out as they pass it back. Finn Russell tries to take it himself. Can't get the little pop pass away. There might be room out on that wing. Sam Johnson already playing well today. Schoeman with a pass out to Sam Skinner. They're still going to the right. Chris Harris has spotted room. Gets the ball out. Did go forward. They will, unfortunately... Oh no, they've actually gone back and looked at the tape. The ball came off of the Wales player. It is not a knock-on. It is, in fact, a Scottish line-out. What a surprise here. Let's see what Scotland make the most of this. I think they might have got that call wrong. Chris Harris goes for the up and under. Oh, it's bounced. They've let it bounce, but Wales will go on the counter-attack as room opens up. I'm not sure whether the pass was necessary. Wales need to try and get on this scoreboard in this first half. It's a good kick. Kyle Steyn recovers and goes for a little cheeky up and under himself and catches his own kick. Superb play by the low-cap winger, trying to make his way into this Scottish team with Darcy Graham out, of course, with his injury. They go for the crossfield kick. Doesn't go their way. Rees-Zammit with another good clearance. Oh, I thought it was a good clearance, but Duhan van der Merwe suddenly is going to make his way back up the wing. Wales under huge pressure, as they have been all game. It really feels like Wales haven't managed to get on this front foot. Grant Gilchrist nearly manages to hit the gap now as Ali Price makes a little show and go himself, trying to make the most of it. Sam Johnson, I can see him trying to move around the back along with Chris Harris. They've made a little switch out the back. Duhan van der Merwe one-on-one. It's going to be a hard tackle. Oh, unfortunately, Liam Williams doesn't make it, and Duhan van der Merwe, an incredibly big man to stop one-on-one. Liam Williams put his body on the line. It just didn't go his way. Duhan van der Merwe gets over for an incredible try there. Ali Price taking it himself. Good tackle by Dan Biggar. Dominant tackle, but good recycling for someone else to step in that scrum half position. Switching it out the back way. Chris Harris with a lovely offload. Schoeman with some delicate hands for a big man, and then a much less delicate hand from the move by Duhan van der Merwe on Liam Williams there. The wet weather apparently going the way of Scotland today. This was always going to be a tight affair, but Wales so far in this first half really don't feel like they've got into the game enough. You can see the marks on the shirts. Both teams are getting all down and dirty with the mud today as the ball bounces a little bit loose. There was an improper kickoff here. I'm not sure how the referees judged that one. I don't think that's the correct call. I feel like that ball has bounced perfectly fine. Maybe they've actually given it for a bit of a forward pass, or maybe it was in front of the kick. It's not very easy to determine what happened there. I feel like the ref might have got that one wrong. Wales will feel hard done by there. Scotland, again, with the opportunity, getting the call from the referees today, all going their way as Ali Price tries to make a little break himself, but there is a good tackle in that midfield. We know how dangerous he can be with the ball in hand once he gets going. As Wales play it out wide, they think they've spotted a gap. Oh, I'm not sure this was the right move. They've gone for the kick over the top. I feel like Josh Adams actually had the room there to potentially run this ball further on. They pass back inside. Oh, there's some lovely hands from the captain of Ken Owens there, making his own little break. Wales hopefully trying to get back into this game. Schoeman with the big cover tackle. What a player he has been for Scotland this afternoon so far. Stuart Hogg will receive the ball and just says we've had enough of that first half and kicks it off the park. What an opening first half in this game. Scotland will be incredibly happy with how this game has been going. All half, to be fair, looks like it's been going the way of Scotland. Wales just getting things wrong. The positioning still not sorted out from last week as we saw it. Just the defensive line not in the position it needs to be in. A really early try for Scotland put them on the front foot momentum-wise from Sam Johnson running in, diving in that corner, catching that Wales defence not set yet so early on into this game. The wet weather also beginning to play a bit of a feature in this game. The ball bouncing wildly. The wind seems to be blowing it away from players and a couple of handling errors, not making this one easy. Scotland double down on the scoreboard with the balls passing out wide, going out to Duhan van der Merwe through the delicate hands of Pierre Schoeman, and we saw Duhan van der Merwe just run over Liam Williams in that backfield. He won't be happy with that tackle. Only one conversion from Finn Russell today, but 12-0 at the end of the first half. We really look forward to see if Wales can get back into this one. On to the second half then, and there's been news at half-time that Ali Price has picked up a bit of a twinge in that first half, so George Horne is coming onto the field. A lot less caps than Ali Price, but hopefully a bit of youth, a bit of energy coming into this team will prove completely invaluable for them as Wales try and pass it out wide. They've obviously had a team talk at half-time that the most needed to happen in this first half to get them back on this front foot. The ball looked like it was dropped. The referee has said the ball did go backwards. It looked like potentially a knock on there, but a tackle into touch saves Scotland from scoring any points. First line out of this second half. Let's see how they get on. They both jump high for the ball, but Wales managed to steal it back. They'll be happy with that first set piece of the game. They pass inside. The offload game coming strong. They've potentially sawn a bit of a mismatch there. Oh, Liam Williams managing to spin round the outside, can't get there. Kyle Steyn has to try and clear up. Oh, but Wales have got back on the defensive. They've not let this one get away from them. They pass it out wide. What an enormous pass. They get the tackle on Rees-Zammit, who stretches for the line. Scotland discipline in the start of this first half just got away from them. There was such a good turnover there. Kyle Steyn tried to run it himself, completely void of support. Terrible move. There was the turnover. Wales decided to go at speed, and it was the right call. Get it to Ken Owens. Getting that pass outside to Rhys Zammit. Both Scottish defenders caught in two minds. And Wales go over for their first try of the game. They know they don't want to have two losses in a row in the Six Nations. They want to make the most of it. Let's see how Dan Biggar gets on with the conversion. Straight for the post. Not a lot else to expect from Dan Biggar. He's going to always be getting those kicks. Liam Williams charging at him to give him some pat on the back there in this one. Scotland back now only to a 5-point lead, with Wales managing to score that one over. Grant Gilchrist manages to recover their own kick. Scotland will want to try and slow this game down. They don't want the momentum to get away from them. Sam Johnson, who was doing so much in that first half, hopefully we'll get into this game in the second half. The Scottish line in the second half seems to be the one not organised enough as of yet, as they tried to pass it out. Can Jamie Ritchie hit the hole? No. The Welsh defence holding well. George Horn tries to go it himself. It's a terrible pass though, and Rhys Zammit's away. We know the speed this boy has. Can Stuart Hogg catch up to him? It doesn't look like anyone will catch up to him. What an incredible turn of events. Ali Price going off with the injury at half-time. George Horn expected to do big things, and we've seen this in the Six Nations before. What Rhys Zammit can do once you let him get away. Went on the outside of Stuart Hogg. Not an easy thing to do. Outrunning two men like Stuart Hogg and Duhan van der Merwe. That speed just kicked in. Wales are off to a superb start to this second half. If Dan Biggar can get this one over, it will in fact see them take the lead, and there it is, 14 points to 12. How much will that miss kick come back to haunt Scotland? Scotland need to make the most of this one now. Finn Russell's going to have to get a really good kickoff to put Scotland back on this front foot. He goes for the deep kick and pins Wales back right against the touchline. Ken Owens did so well there to hold that together. Both teams are competing in that ruck, committing everyone in. They both want to get on this front foot. Dan Biggar clears the ball very well, finding that room, opening up in the backfield, and Stuart Hogg actually misses the pickup. Kyle Steyn's had to come back to recover, as we see Jamie Ritchie trying to run with the ball in hand. Hamish Watson taken down. Both wingers had to try and recover there, leaving the forwards out on the wing. There was potentially room opening up. Finn Russell to Sam Johnson, who gets tackled in that midfield. I think that tackle needed to be made. There seemed to be an overlap now, and Wales try and make the most of the momentum getting behind them. Scotland not letting it happen. All out of position though, not being able to get that counter-attack away as Schoeman gets it out to Kyle Steyn. Oh, but he is tackled. Rhys Zammit. Oh, sorry, it's Josh Adams gets away with that tackle there as well, as we see some changes being made. Blair Kinghorn coming on for Finn Russell. Ewan Ashman on for George Turner, and Rory Sutherland also returning to that front row in place of Schoeman, who's been playing so well today. Scotland obviously know they're now chasing this game out of nowhere. They want to make the most of this. They managed to do well in that more, though. The replacement forwards coming in, making all the impact there, and we can see the turnover. George Horn tries to make up for his earlier mistake of letting that ball go loose, as Wales suddenly find themselves on the back foot as they try to play out. Great hands coming in there by Kinghorn. The replacement fly half, Duhan van der Merwe, one-on-one again with Liam Williams, but he doesn't let it get away from him this time, and Wales get the turnover. Liam Williams making up for his earlier mistake in this game as Wales try to play it right through the centre. This is dangerous territory here, trying to play it out of their own half, but we see Adam Beard absolutely charging on through the man as Josh Adams tries to get away. A great pass back inside, but Scotland manage to shut it down. Wales are desperately trying to find that room in the midfield, and it looks like they have done. They're still making great ground here. Oh, I'm not sure whether that pass out the back was the right way to go. The maul is holding up. They have fallen stationary. They have seen some room though. Josh Adams out on the wing. Sorry, it's Liam Williams over on that right wing this time. Has been playing well all game as Chris Harris manages to pick up the loose ball. This game incredibly close, only 2 points in it. Blair Kinghorn gets it out to Matt Fagerson, supported by his own men. Needed to be done. They're into the final 5 minutes now. What can Scotland do to come back here? Blair Kinghorn takes it up, takes two men to take him down. He is a bit of a unit to get down. Superb work there by Wales at that ruck. They've kicked it away. This is an enormous call. The ball bounces off the post. Scotland find themselves having to play 80 metres back up to the pitch now. Duhan van der Merwe makes some good room down that left wing. Scotland have to try and play wide. You would have to believe there's an injury as well to Xander Fagerson. We can see him limping on the pitch. Blair Kinghorn tries to go himself. Sam Johnson doing very well to hold the ball. Wales managed to get the turnover. I can't believe what's happening here, and Wales just say no more of that. They kick it off the park. They've come back to win this game. What a massive comeback for Wales. I didn't see that happening. What a massive first half for Scotland. There was obviously a big talk at the half-time whistle, and Wales have come back to win this game 14 points to 12. Scotland cannot believe what they've seen, and that missed conversion that came off the post could prove absolutely crucial for Scotland. We'll seal that game out. Second game of the weekend, Wales 14, Scotland 12. I hope you all enjoyed this one today, guys. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.